Deontay Wilder is shot and dead. I think his power's gone. Honestly, that was awful to watch. I hate that I got up for the fight. Honestly, it was painful to watch. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm in a really ecstatic mood after that fight. I'm in a really ecstatic mood after Wilder's win over Tyrell Herndon. Yeah, look, Herndon just stood in front of him trying to pull down his lead hand, trying to push it away as Wilder just came forward with the jab. Pretty active with the jab as well, to be honest. And if Wilder's able to get an active jab against his opponent, it just shows the level of opponent. And Wilder, it just showed he hasn't got the skill to compete with these top guys. When Herndon once came back in that fourth or fifth round, he was able to counter Wilder, and Wilder didn't like it at all. And Wilder hated it when Herndon actually caught him. And when Herndon actually tried to do something, which was very rare, but Wilder absolutely hated it. And it proves my point. He's basically a dead man in there, Deontay Wilder. He is basically a dead man walking in that ring. If he goes up against any elite guy, he is absolutely screwed. And, look, I don't know if Wilder's ever actually been that good, but he is clearly a shot fighter. Very clearly he is shot, but I don't know if he was ever even that good in the first place. But yes, look, in his prime a few years ago, he probably would have knocked that guy out of there in the first round. But still, though, I feel like Herndon just went in there to try and not be knocked out. That was the plan from Herndon, and he wasn't knocked out cold, I have no complaints with the stoppage. I'm just glad it's over because I probably couldn't be asked to watch another 3 rounds of that fight. Honestly, Jesus Christ. But yeah, look, the fight's done. Wilder loses to any elite fighter. AJ's not what he once was, but AJ absolutely batters him, if we're being real, because AJ will throw in that fight and Wilder won't like it. And, he didn't like it against Herndon when Herndon came out once with a few counters here and there. And Wilder didn't like it at all. So, he screwed against AJ. And, look, there's no point putting Wilder's name in there with the conversation with guys like Ajit Kabayel, for example, with guys like Alexander Usyk, with guys like, it's like you just can't do that, in my opinion. With guys like, Daniel Dubois, that'd be embarrassing for Deontay Wilder. He is shot and dead. He is a dead man walking in there. And I don't know, look, I think Wilder's power's gone. It's not fully gone, but I mean, it might not just be the power of Wilder that's gone, but he just can't set shots up the way that he was able to back in the day. But again, I'm talking about like a Luis Ortiz punch. You look at guys like when he fought Stiverne, he was fighting like that, then like just reckless and random shots that he doesn't time at all, though. That's the thing. He was just swinging randomly today and couldn't land. And when he did land, Herndon wasn't really really affected. He just wanted to go down for the sake of it, really, just to defend those shots. He just wanted to go in there, grab a bag. That's it. I mean, look, Wilder has big power, of course, but it's not elite power anymore, is it, though? It's not elite power. And he just can't set his shots up at all. But Wilder was a dead man walking in there. But you just had an absolute bloody zombie in there with him who was absolutely non-existent. So, no wonder Wilder was able to get away with a lot in that fight. Of course he was. But yeah, honestly, it's just put me in a bad mood watching that for some reason, to be honest with you. It was just painful to watch. Nothing being offered from either guy. You spend your money to watch the pay-per-view, and it was an absolute shit show all around. The production of it all was absolutely awful. The fight, the main event itself was absolutely shocking. But again, it's our fault. Like, what was I expecting, though? What was I even expecting? I knew it'd be awful. But again, though, I'm the same guy who predicted a first round knockout for Wilder. And as well, I think the fact that it actually went 7 rounds proves the fact that Wilder is a shot fighter. 7 rounds exposed quite a lot there, in my opinion. I said it moments before the fight started on my watch along as well. If it ended in the first round, then people would have been up Wilder's ass saying, "Oh yeah, he's back," but we still wouldn't have fully knew much about him. But the fact it has gone quite a few rounds, it don't really show much. And look, the thing is though as well, Wilder's not got one of those styles where it's good to get rounds in. That's not the thing with Wilder. He's not got one of those styles where, oh yeah, that's a very beneficial 7 rounds. He gained nothing out of that at all. He gained nothing out of it at all. People will use the excuse that, oh, he's been out for over a year. Look who he was fighting. Look who he was fighting. It was a ridiculously low-level fighter. A ridiculously low-level heavyweight fighter at the end of the day that he was up against. And look, Wilder looked levels above him. Of course, he had to. But did he look like an elite level fighter in there? No. There was nothing coming back at him really at all for him to do anything defensively. And when Herndon did come back with the odd counter, Wilder was like, oh no, I don't really like this, backing away quite easily from the shots. But again, you just can't really take anything from it at all. But what I can take from it is that very clearly he is a shot and a dead man walking in the ring. That's what I'm able to take from that fight against Tyrell Herndon there. But yeah, there we go. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. Thanks for watching.